Good evening, Iyad. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Iyad Labad, can you hear me? Please type 1 if you can hear me. Good. So, how are you, Iyad? How are you tonight? You know, your friends are going to be a little bit late most of the time. Most of them are late. They come after 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes. I'm not sure. So, maybe soon your friends are coming soon, so we waited for 5 minutes. Okay, so our lesson tonight is reading, so I can hope you can use the microphone. Do you have a microphone? No, right now, so you need to get a microphone. Anyway, as you can see on the screen, these are objectives for this lesson for tonight, and it is starting with familiarize students with expressions for talking about social role. So you have a social role in your life, with your friends, with your society, with your brothers and sisters and family and so on. The second objective is to develop reading skills. So we're going to read for a gesture or for a gist, for a core, for the meaning, inside the total meaning of a text. So as you can see, it's all about reading here. It's all about reading. Okay. Now, are you ready to go? You don't have a microphone. Let's go. All right. So, you know that we don't have one book. We have 3 books, which is Mega Go, Flying High, and The Traveler. So we're trying to make a collection of them. So we were talking from the beginning of this week about crossing cultures. Now we have the title, which is The Plane Journey. The Plane Journey. So we're going to have some reading, and after reading we have some questions. Okay? Good. So reading and speaking. So read the following story and underline all the coincidences you find. Coincidence means luck or chance. All right? So let's see this story, which is about crossing cultures, and it's called The Plane Journey. Okay? Since you don't have a microphone, you can't read. You need to have a microphone. But you don't have, right? Right? You need to get a microphone so your English can get better with reading, so you can read all the time here. Anyway, I'm going to read for you, so your friends maybe will come and watch this lesson offline. It all happened because of a plane journey. Khalil had just graduated from business school in Atlanta, and he had a problem. He didn't know whether to go home to Saudi Arabia or stay and try and find a job in the States. He decided to visit his cousin in Houston and talk it over. Soon after the plane took off, Khalil heard a voice say, "You look deep in thought, young man. Cheer up. It may never happen." It was the man sitting next to him. "Anything you want to talk about?" he asked. "Well, yes," said Khalil. He explained his dilemma, his big problem. Dilemma means big problem. To the friendly stranger. "Yes, I see your problem. Tell me a bit more about yourself." So Khalil told him about his studies in Atlanta, how much he had enjoyed them, how he was keen to get a job and put his new ideas into practice. "So where are you from?" asked the fellow passenger or his fellow passenger. When Khalil said Riyadh, the man's face lit up with a big smile. "I know it well," he said. "My company has a branch in Riyadh, and I go there every few months." He explained that his company had an apartment there, and amazingly, it was in the same block as Khalil's uncle's apartment. Khalil mentioned his uncle's name. "Is he tall with gray hair?" asked the man. "Then I know him. He was very helpful to me when I first moved to Riyadh." So they continued chatting all the way to Houston. As they left the plane, the man turned to Khalil and said, "Very impressive, young man. Whatever you decide, you've got a great future ahead of you." The next morning at breakfast, Khalil's cousin spotted something in his newspaper. Hey, look, Khalil, this could be just the job for you. Khalil looked at the advertisement for an assistant personnel manager's job and agreed. He sent an application letter and CV, and a week later was invited for interview. In the interview room sat three men. The familiar man in the middle looked at Khalil and said, Jim Robert, I don't think we need to interview this young man. I think I might have interviewed him already without knowing it. And turning to Khalil, he smiled and said, May I introduce myself to you? I'm Andrew Simpson. I'm president of this company. Okay, did you sleep yet? Are you there? No, good. So this is a story of a coincidence, a chance, where Khalil studied in the United States and he wanted to visit his cousin Ahmed, and then he met the manager or the president of a company on plane, and when he explained to him about the job, he found a job, and when he went to the interview, and by chance or by coincidence, he met the same man on the plane, Andrew Simpson. Yes, that's right. Okay, so that was a very strange. Did this happen to you one day? You had a very strange chance. Did you get some chance like this before? Did anything strange like this happen to you? You don't think so? It doesn't happen very often, not to all the people. Anyway, that was just a story about how strange things can happen. Okay? Now, if I tell you to give a title for this story, okay, so you can make people read it and like it. You know, people like to read titles. When the title is attractive and nice and smart, people like to read. So if you think about this story, what title would you give to this story? The Khalil story. Very good. Okay, no problem. How about we say the strange Khalil story? Or Khalil's strange story. This sounds better. Okay? This sounds better. Now let's move on. And if I tell you, read the email that Ahmed wrote to a friend, rewrite it, correcting the factual errors, how many errors did you find? So I'm going to read for you email, all right, sent by a name, Ahmed, okay, to his friend. We need to look for factual errors, about facts, okay, names and dates and times and so on. I'm going to read since you don't have a microphone, okay? So, dear Alan, hi, how are you? I haven't heard from you for ages. Well, I have got a bit of good news. You remember my cousin Khalil? You met him here last fall. Well, the most amazing thing happened. He was coming to see me, but he overslept and nearly missed his plane. Luckily, he just made it, and while he was waiting to board the plane, he met this guy and started talking to him. The man was interested to hear all about him and was very encouraging. Khalil did not see him again because he went into the first class section. Anyway, Khalil applied for a job, and guess what? This man was on the interviewing panel and persuaded the company president to give him the job immediately. Well, it's a sure thing that if he had missed the plane, he wouldn't have got the job so easily. Mean is like this, all right? Encouraging means very enthusiastic. You say, okay, go, good, thank you, bravo, nice. This is encouraging, okay? This is encouraging. So anyway, I must get off to work now. Hope to hear from you soon. Ahmed. So let's go back to the first slide. What do you think that are false facts, wrong facts? What is wrong with this? In this story, we're going to correct nothing about grammar, nothing about spelling. We want to correct the story. The story did not happen like this. I'm going to give you 1 minute to think about it. What is wrong here? No, there's nothing about grammar. No grammar, no spelling. This is about the facts. I will read for you and tell you one example, okay? Dear Alan, hi, how are you? I haven't heard from you for ages. Well, I've got a bit of good news. You remember my cousin Khalil? You met him here last fall. Well, the most thing happened. He was coming to see me, but he overslept and nearly missed his plane. Khalil did not overslept. In this story, he was not overslept. And there was nothing about this. In the story, the plane journey, they did not say that Khalil overslept and missed his plane. Or almost he was going to miss his plane. Right? Do you remember this? Good. So this is the first mistake. Or this is the very false fact. Then, luckily, he just made it. And while he was waiting to board the plane, he met this guy and started talking to him. This is something wrong. In this story, in the previous story, here, we did not know that he was boarding. There was nothing about boarding to the plane. We know that in the story, Khalil was sitting in his chair and the man talked to him, not Khalil talked to him. The man talked to him first. And they were inside the plane. They were not boarding. So waiting the plane and met this guy and started. The man was interested to hear about him. That's right. And then. And was very encouraging. That's right. You don't have a microphone. You can write down. All right. I'm going to leave you to find out one more false fact. Khalil did not see him again because he went into first class section. There's something wrong here in this sentence. We have two false facts. Khalil did not see him again because he went into the first class section. So can you write down what is wrong? Can you correct it? He saw him again. Yes, he saw him in the job interview. And Khalil did not go to first class section. He went to the job. Good. Good. Thank you. Yeah, that's nice. Good. Okay, so good. You have a nice memory. So anyway, Khalil applied for a job. And guess what? This man was on the interviewing panel and persuaded. He convinced. He made sure that the company president to give him the job immediately. Well, it's sure thing that if he had missed the plane, he wouldn't have got this job so easily. That's right. So anyway, I must go for now. Hope to hear from you soon, Ahmed. That's it. Okay? So where are you from, Iyad? Are you Saudi? No, so where are you from? Where from Syria? You know, I am from Syria too. So where are you from? Which city in Syria? Oh, Dara, good. Okay, I'm from Homs. Anyway, now we have another story here. And the title of this story called Reward for the Honest. So there was a gift, reward, gift for the honest. Honest meaning good people. All right, someone who's true and honest. Now, again, since you don't have a microphone, I'm going to leave you, okay? Okay, Iyad, I'm going to leave you to read this, okay, silently and alone, okay? I'm going to try to let you read because I don't want you to write and you don't have a microphone. So I'm going to leave you to read this. I'm going to give you 2 minutes, okay? Don't sleep, all right? Go now, read, and then I'll ask you and we'll answer some questions about this reward for the honest. Okay? Okay, insisted means sure. So you say, I insisted. It means I want very much. I want very much. Insisted. Okay, I assured. Okay, I'm going to read very quickly. So for you and for other students who's going to watch this offline. Reward for honest. Jamila Ahmed was doing her homework when her mobile phone rang. Oh, she thought, that will be Sarah. Sarah and Jamila always phoned each other at this time of the evening. She pressed the answer button. Hello, Sarah, she said. Who's that? A woman's voice said. Oh, sorry, answered Jamila. I thought you were my friend Sarah. Are you Jamila Ahmed? Said the voice. Yes. Who are you? The woman explained, and suddenly it all came clear. The day before, Jamila had found a bag in the street on the way back from school. She had to go past the police station, so she handed the bag in. The policewoman had asked her if she wanted to leave her name, address, and phone number. Jamila could not see the point, but left them anyway. The woman, A, which is Mrs. Selwa, who had lost the bag, phoned the police station to see if someone had found it. And when she went to pick it up, she asked for Jamila's name and phone number. Now, Jamila, said Mr. Selwa, there was a lot of money in that bag, and you were a very honest young girl. If you give me your address, I want to send you 300 riyals as a reward. Jamila tried to refuse, but Mrs. Selwa insisted. Hi, Abdul Muhsin Harthi. Please come on time next time. Type 1 if you can hear me, Abdul Muhsin. So you see, Iyad and Abdul Muhsin, that was a story called Reward for the Honest. So Jamila and Sarah are friends. They call each other. So when Jamila, her phone rang, she picked it up and there was a lady. So the day before, Jamila was on her way home from school and she found the bag and she gave it to the police. She did not open the bag, but she gave it to the police and she left her phone number. So the woman, Mrs. Selwa, found the bag and told Jamila, thank you very much for being honest, and she gave her 300 riyals as a reward for her for being honest. Okay, so this is the story. Now, Abdul Muhsin and Iyad, we're going to ask you some questions about this. All right. Now we have questions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we need to circle the correct answers. So number 1, Sarah and Jamila phoned each other when? Every evening, occasionally, sometimes, or most evenings. Which one you choose, A, B, or C? Sarah and Jamila phoned each other every evening, occasionally, or most evenings. A or B or C? Now pick an answer. The answer is B. Maybe, I don't know. And no. No B, no C. It's A. Okay, because they phoned each other every evening. No problem, that's okay. Now let's see. Jamila, who's Jamila? She knew who the woman was when she picked the phone, or Jamila was not sure who she was, or she did not know who she was. When the woman called Jamila to thank her for the bag, Jamila, when she picked the phone, she knew who the woman was. She was not sure who was she, or she didn't know who she was. Abdul Muhsin say A, Iyad say B, and again, sorry, boom, it is C. She did not know who she was at all. She doesn't know her at all. That's okay, that's okay. Now the police station number 3 was what? The police station was next to her school, between her school and her home, or neither of these. So the police station was somewhere else. So the police station was next to her school, very close to her school, between her school and her home, or neither of these? What do you think, A, B, or C? It is, I think, B, yes, between her school and home, because on her way home, she dropped the bag to the police station. Good, yeah. 4, at the police station, Jamila. What did Jamila do at the police station? Did not have to leave her number. Did not want to leave her number. Had to leave her number. A, B, or C? At the police station, when Jamila went to the police station and they asked her for her number, she didn't have to leave her number, she didn't want to leave her number, or she had to leave her number. Both you say C, and it is A. She didn't have to leave her number. If she likes to leave her number or not, that's okay for her, but she left her number anyway. Jamila wanted the reward. She wanted the 300 riyals. She did not want to give her address, or she did not want the reward. She did not want the money. So Jamila, when Mrs. Selwa called her and wanted to give her a reward for being honest, the 300 riyals, what? Jamila wanted the money or the reward. She did not want to give her address or phone number or whatever, or she didn't want the reward. She didn't want it. That's right. She said, no, I'm okay, that's fine, I don't need the reward, and so on. Now this is the summary of you. So Shudi, Ahmed, Abdul Muhsin, Harth, and Iyad, we started a lesson, or those who are coming online later, we read the story and we give it a title. The other thing, we talked about events that change your lives and some coincidence, and we read an email with the final actual errors. And then we read the text called Reward for the Honest, and we chose the correct answers and the evaluation. So again, thank you, Iyad. You're very smart. Please try to get a microphone so you can improve your reading, okay? And you can read all the time and learn new vocabulary. And again, I want to tell you, there is no book. We have Traveler 3, we have Flying High 3, and Mega Call 3, and we're making a collection of this. Now, if you come to this website, you can watch and download this lesson anytime, okay? And then you have a toll-free number, you have Twitter account, you can ask a question, and you have 24/7 technical support if you have any question. Now, final thing, I'm going to leave you to vote for this lesson. As you can see in front of you, you can choose 1 or 2, useful or fine. And I hope to see you in my class. Thank you, Iyad. Keep going and buy a microphone. And thank you for being here, and good night.